Paris is one of my favourite places to visit, and in this video I'll share my top 12 things to do. And if you stick around towards the end of the video, 3 of those are real hidden gems you may not have heard of before. First on my list of top places is a visit to the Iron Lady, the Eiffel Tower. Being probably the most popular, well-known location in Paris, no surprise it's always busy here. We booked our tickets online in advance, and you can book these 60 days ahead, and you just book your date and your time you want to arrive. You can just buy tickets on the day, however I think the wait time when we visited was 1 hour 30 minutes to buy tickets on the day. In terms of the actual tickets, lots of different options. You can take the stairs to the first floor, the second floor, you can take the stairs up and then take the elevator down, you can take the elevator both ways, and you can also take the elevator right to the top. As I mentioned, it is quite busy, and here I've just tried to show the length of the queue if you are wanting to buy tickets on the day. I do have a separate video on the Eiffel Tower which gives a more detailed review of my visit, so if you'd like to watch that one, please click the link above. Things to note: when we were there were signs saying the access to the top was closed due to they have to limit the number of people they have up at the top floor at any one time. Also, we heard there was a 90-minute wait for elevators back down from the top to the first or the second floor. So just something to bear in mind if you do plan to go to the summit. This is the view from the second floor, and as you can see they do give an amazing view across the city. On the second floor they also have toilets, they have a small cafe, there's Wi-Fi. Also in terms of accessibility, if you have reduced mobility you can only access the second floor by elevator. Unfortunately you can't go to the top. So I would highly recommend a visit to the Eiffel Tower, and I thought it was good value for money. Next up is also another very popular attraction, and it's a visit to the Arc de Triomphe. Traffic is crazy around the Arc de Triomphe, so to access it you take this underpass. Down here this is where you'll get your tickets, and then you pop up in the base of the Arc de Triomphe in the centre of the large roundabout, and then you make your way to the top. Again, another busy attraction. You can see here on the left, this is the line to buy tickets. You can book them in advance. For us, we waited because depending on the weather, obviously you want to get a nice view from the top. So if you do buy the tickets in advance, you will skip past this line. Admission is €22. If you live in an EU country and you're under 26, admission is free. I don't live in an EU country and certainly over the age of 26, so sadly for me I had to pay the €22. There are 284 steps to get to the rooftop terrace. The good news is if you do have a mobility issue, they do have an elevator that goes both to the rooftop terrace as well as the museum on the mezzanine floor. No need to book this assistance in advance. If you just arrive and you show proof of your disability, you'll get free access, as will one person to accompany you. When we visited, we hadn't booked our tickets online, and the line for the tickets wasn't too bad, but you can see the line here snaking away into the distance. And this is for what is common now at most of these tourist attractions, is for the security bag check. It actually does move quicker. It took us around 30 minutes to make our way to this hut you can see just in the distance here. So once you make your way up about 240 of the steps, you'll come to the museum, which is just below the rooftop terrace. Here you'll find lots of good information in terms of the history of the Arc de Triomphe. There's lots of videos, there's some artifacts, and there's also some seats as well. So you can have a seat before you tackle the final 40 odd stairs to get to the rooftop terrace. There was also a digital guide you could download to your phone, and there was paper copies of guides as well. Views from the top, very impressive, and you can also spot some of the other landmarks from this viewpoint. And finally, as you exit, there's a souvenir shop where you can buy something just as a souvenir, as a reminder of your visit to the Arc de Triomphe. You can do a lot of walking on a city break, so next on my list is one to take your weight off your feet, and that is a river cruise. The company we used was Bateau Parisien, and everything including this trip I'll put links in the description below. It was €17 per adult, and that was for a 1 hour round trip, starting and finishing beside the Eiffel Tower, and it did include commentary as well. Lots of different options for this activity. You can do daytime, nighttime cruises, dinner cruises. You can do what we did, which was combine the river cruise with the hop-on, hop-off bus tour, which will come up in the video soon. So lots of different options. You'll see lots of these boats going up and down the river, and you can see here they do look really busy, but once you're on board it's not as bad as it looks. We had plenty of space, as you'll see in the video once we're on board. So it's not, I would say I've been to the theatre and felt more cramped than I was in this boat. So please don't be put off if you do see the boats and you think they're exceptionally busy. There's room for everyone once you're on board. We chose to sit, it was dry as you can see, we chose to sit in the outdoor seating, but if it is inclement weather, obviously you've got undercover seats as well. And we just thought it was really good value. I thought it was well worth it for €17. Also have the option of using the Bateau bus, which is the sort of river bus, the hop on, hop off, and it does stop at various popular destinations. You buy a pass either 24 or 48 hours. 24-hour pass is around €23. Next up is a visit to Notre-Dame. We initially went along to Notre-Dame at sort of mid-morning. The queue was really big, and we decided it was open till 10 p.m. on a Thursday, or certainly the website said it was open till 10 p.m. on a Thursday evening. So Thursday was our last evening. We decided to go back on a Thursday evening. Sadly, there was no access for the public because there was a mass taking place, so we never actually got to go inside. Entry is free, and on the official website you can also get skip the line tickets, which are also free. Next on my list is a visit to Sacre Coeur. This basilica is 140 years old, and it's positioned on a hilltop in the city. And you will find the basilica in the Montmartre area of Paris. Again, another popular destination. The basilica is open from 6:30 a.m. till 10:30 p.m. every day of the year. Here it's around just before 10 a.m. and I just wanted to show, you can see the sort of vast numbers of people that are just heading towards the basilica. You'll see a lot of big sort of groups, guided tours when we were there. The basilica is also free to enter. You can take the steps up the hill to the basilica, or if you just go to the left of the main entrance, then you'll find a funicular railway. If you happen to purchase the Navigo Metro Pass, this also gets you access to the funicular here. If you do have a disability or mobility issues, they do have an elevator that's accessed from the street at the rear of the basilica, and this elevator is available 8:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. You do get a great view across the city from up here. This is a very busy, very popular destination, so please be mindful of any pickpockets that may be around. We had a busy schedule for that day, so we didn't actually go into the basilica itself. The wait time for entry was just over an hour. However, we did try out one of the activities you can do from this location, and that is take a train ride around the Montmartre area. The cost was €12 for an adult, €5 for children. The tour lasts about 30 minutes, and it was a great way to explore Montmartre, and the commentary was really good. We learnt quite a few unusual things.
On the right of the train is the Sacre Coeur, which has the biggest bell in the world.
We then decided we're going to get some food, However, and we plan to do this in the sort of near to the Basilica, but the streets around the Basilica were obviously, very busy. So we ended up walking maybe about 15 minutes away from the Basilica, still staying in sort of Montmartre area, but we found much quieter and it was easier to find a cafe or a restaurant. So just bear in mind it's really quite busy in this whole area around the Basilica. Also in Montmartre you'll find this pink building here, La Maison Rose. Also in this area, some of the streets, they're really picturesque, really nice, lots of trees and flowers, etc. So they're just a nice place to walk around and spend some time in. Just along from the La Maison Rose, you'll also find this statue of a famous singer, and it's now become common for people to rub her chest for good luck. And finally in Montmartre you'll find the Love Wall. This is a wall, it has ceramic tiles, and written on it are 312 different ways to say I love you across numerous different languages. Next is something you can do in many of the big cities, and that is the hop-on hop-off bus tour. You can buy your tickets online, or you can just buy them from the company representative that's at the bus stops where the hop-on hop-off bus stops. Lots of different options for tickets, 24-hour tickets, 48, combined tickets with the bus tour and the river tour. Personally, the bus tours are something I quite like doing in a city break, especially early on. It kind of gets your bearings where things are in the city. So, and it's also quite relaxing. You can discover the city without having to walk miles and miles and navigate metros, etc. We also did a night tour on the bus. This isn't a hop-on hop-off service. It starts and finishes at the Arc de Triomphe and takes around 2 hours. And as you can see here, it's just nice to travel around the city. Everything's lit up and it just looks so different at night, especially the Eiffel Tower. After nightfall, the Eiffel Tower is lit up, and this is all year, and on the hour, every hour, up until I think 1 AM, this happens. The sparkling light show lasts for around 5 minutes, and this is the final destination for the night bus tour. You can see the buses there. They all arrive just before 10 PM, just before the sparkling lights start, and then head back to the Arc de Triomphe for the end of the tour. And now for something completely different to a bus tour, slightly higher above ground, and it's a visit to the Montparnasse observation deck. This rather unassuming building does have an observation deck on the 56th floor, and above that it has a rooftop terrace you can access. You can see here from the website there is a discount if you book tickets in advance, which is what we did, and you do book a date and a time, but just to note, we arrived early, about 40 minutes early, and what they said was they normally allow people in 30 minutes ahead. So if you do arrive less than 30 minutes ahead, just go up and just show them the tickets, and hopefully they'll let you in early. You are around 200 metres above the city up here, so you do get some fantastic views. As well as the amazing views, there's also a small souvenir shop. There's somewhere you can get food and drink. We didn't go up to the actual rooftop terrace, but here you can see on the observation deck, they also have lots of information in terms of the background of the tower. There's also lots of information in the background of the city of Paris, as well as a small sort of theatre setup when you can sit down, you can watch just a short video that shows that kind of history. Next on the list, I have a visit to Luxembourg Gardens. It's free to enter the gardens. There's a big pond in the centre. You can hire these little boats. And it's just there's lots of seating, just a nice area if it's a nice day, just to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city and just to chill out. If you're a fan of the Netflix series Emily in Paris, this is the park that features in that series, and these are the benches where Emily meets Mindy. Now for the first of 3 hidden gems that you may or may not heard of, but are definitely worth a visit. This is the Pere Lachaise Cemetery. As we arrived at the main entrance, there was staff on hand to give out these free cemetery guides. This cemetery is the final resting place of people like Jim Morrison, Chopin, and also the one you can see here is Oscar Wilde. We found it quite interesting. Here, for example, they have a memorial to an Air France plane, I think it was, that crashed with the loss of all passengers. So it's something, like I say, it's actually quite popular, but it's as you can see, it's not busy, and it's away from the main sort of tourist spots, if you like. My next hidden gem is to visit the Canal St Martin. This canal is almost 3 miles in length, and it stretches through some of Paris's most vibrant neighbourhoods. And it's just a nice place to spend some time. It was very popular with Parisians, with lots of people just enjoying the sunshine and enjoying the views. It's just a nice leafy area. The canal itself is quite interesting. There's a few locks on it. If you watch the traffic passing up and down the canal itself. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to do it, but you can go on a boat trip on the canal. It lasts 2.5 hours, and I think the cost was €23. And you'll just travel along the canal, like I say, passing through some of these vibrant neighbourhoods of the city. There are some lovely shops in the area. Some of them have been painted different colours. There are some nice restaurants, cafes, and there's also this really nice ice cream shop that we visited, and I can highly recommend a stop here. I went for this combination of waffle, ice cream with a macaroon on top, probably about 500 calories just in his tub alone, but it was worth it. And my final hidden gem is a visit to Parc de Buttes-Chaumont. Similar to Luxembourg Gardens, it's free entry. This is a big space again. There's a big lake in the middle, there's a bridge you can go across. Just a nice place just to hang out. You can see people here just chillaxing, just people watching the world go by. There's somewhere you can buy some food and drink. Just a nice place to spend a couple of hours or a morning or afternoon, just relaxing. If it's a nice day, just enjoying the sunshine. I hope you enjoyed the video and found the information useful if you're planning a trip to Paris. If you have, please consider hitting a thumbs up and like the video, and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future content that I release. Thanks very much for watching.